there are two kinds of logic models. I'm just going to say the word. Logic model. There, I said it. I know. Pet. Logic model. There are two kinds of ways to represent the results of an analysis, to display it to others. One is the traditional, what we call representational type. A representational logic model is one that looks like this. Seem familiar? Okay. I make fun of myself. I love these. Boxes and arrows, left to right, love that. I am. I'm also an evaluator, so I have a certain kind of disease that, yeah, it is very constraining. You're exactly right. So this has some benefits and some downsides, right? But this is called a representational logic model, and any representational logic model is simply consists of geometric shapes of any kind, right? Positioned on the paper for the purpose of explaining its relationship to something else, such that this, right, is to the left of these two for a reason. Right, do you see what I'm saying? The place on the paper matters. This either precedes that in time or causes that. That's all we're saying. And that logic is displayed by giving the idea a form, a square, putting it in place and saying this causes that. That's all it is, right? And we use them all the time. Now, they have benefits because we can have a huge number of arrows and squares, right? It can look like the circuit board for Apollo 12. I mean, whatever it was, right? These can get overly complex. But they allow you to very carefully parse the intended relationships you understood from this dynamic, from this analysis, right? Not terribly community friendly. And the reason why it's not terribly community friendly, although it can be good for other purposes, is you have to explain what the boxes are. And why are the boxes where they are? And what are the lines? Well, I have to explain all that. Why didn't I just write it down to begin with instead of a picture? The point of the picture is supposed to be worth 1,000 words, and here I just had to give you 1,000 words to understand the picture, right? And so a representational logic model is very helpful in the insider group. It's very helpful in communicating to key funders a portion of your work. It's helpful to guide certain analyses and help your evaluator understand what numbers you need them to ask about. Did this relate to that? The questions you had, right? It can be helpful in those ways. It's often demanded of or required of us to produce one like this for certain funders, right? And that's okay. That's insider baseball. That's all right. If you've got the skills and you're in the team and you know what's going on, you already got the language, this can be a handy, fast thing, right? And especially if in the grant-making community everyone uses the same form, you can see each other and you can, that's nice, right? Okay, so I think you should have one that looks like this. The exact same ideas, however, can be portrayed in other ways for other purposes. You should have more than one logic model.